There's a quote by Mason Bezos. He said, "Your profit is my opportunity." This sentence needs to be changed when it arrives at Musk. Your cost is my opportunity. This sentence is the key to unlock the trillion-dollar potential of Tesla robots tracking. Let's talk about why self-driving trucks may become Tesla's super money printing machine earlier than Robotaxi. I broke it down into 3 key points. The first point is the cost advantage of rolling. Let's start with a set of simple and crude numbers. According to the latest data from the American Transportation Institute, in the United States, the average operating cost of a human-driven diesel truck is about $2.26 per mile. So how much will Tesla's Robotruck be? According to the projections of the economic model, the cost is about 45 cents. The cost is only 20% of that of a human driver. What is the biggest difference between these? The driver, in the traditional transportation industry, drivers pay in benefits average nearly $1 a mile, and the software truck will directly eliminate the biggest labor cost. Add to that the huge price difference between diesel and electricity. Robotruck won the race. So, for the owners of transportation companies, this is not a choice that requires faith. It was an arithmetic problem that elementary school kids would do, while your competitors are still struggling with rising gas prices and driver shortages. You can directly start running at 1/5 of the cost. This is equivalent to gaining an advantage over competitors at the starting line. The second point is the efficiency of robot tracking. Now, you might be thinking, robot tracking is cheap. Will profits also be depressed when there is resistance? For example, Robotaxi. If you want to disrupt the market, you must lower the price than a private car. It may take less than $1 per mile to attract people to give up buying a car and choose Robotaxi. But robots don't have to face resistance. Its only competitor is the Tesla, a traditional truck that costs $2.26 per mile. Even if it's only $2.20, it's already a savings for customers. How much can Tesla earn? Let's do the math. According to the revenue of $2.20 minus the cost of 0.45, these are equivalent to a gross margin of up to $1.75 for a US mile run. It doesn't seem to be the craziest. The most crucial thing is the utilization rate. The demand for Robotaxi has peaks and valleys. It's almost like the MRT. There was no one on the road at 3 a.m., but shipping is different. Freight doesn't need a break. Robotaxi doesn't have a driver. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. No need to eat, let alone go to the toilet, except for the charging time. You could do it 24 hours a day, running non-stop 7 days a week. A human driver can probably drive more than 80,000 miles a year. And a robot under 80% minus 90% high utilization can run more than 320,000 miles a year. That's 4 times more than a human driver. Higher charges plus 4x the mileage. What is the concept of these two superimposed together? The model shows that a Robotruck can generate a net profit of $375,000 to $425,000 a year. The net profit margin is close to 50%. This is no longer transportation. This is nothing more than a money printing machine running on the highway. The third point is that faster scale will have a more direct market impact. Let's zoom out a little bit. How dreadful will it be when this business scales? Let's make a comparison. If Tesla had a fleet of 50,000 meatloaf tracks with an 80% utilization rate, it generates a net profit of about $18.80 billion per year. If you give 40 times the original intention ratio, the market value of this part of the business is as high as $750 billion. What is this concept? Tesla's new 300 factory in Nevada can produce 50,000 cars a year. So 1 year of capacity at a Tesla factory could create a new business worth $750 billion. If you want to achieve the same market value, how many Robotaxis do you need? The answer is about 500,000. That's 10 times the size of a robot truck. Of course, in the long run, the total market volume of personal travel must be much larger than that of freight. But in terms of cost performance for initial deployment, robot trucks are a sure thing. His business model is simpler. Regulation may also be easier to break through. In fact, there are already many states in the United States, especially in the southern Sun Belt. The legal path has been paved for the operation of autonomous trucks. Not to mention the acute truck driver shortage we're facing across the United States and around the world. Because the average age of drivers is getting older, young people are simply unwilling to enter this industry. It can be said that everything is ready. Only subversion is required. Of course, this road will not be smooth sailing. Bad weather, complex urban last mile distribution, and cybersecurity are engineering issues that need to be addressed. But these are already questions of how to achieve, rather than a question of whether it can be achieved. So, while everyone is still excited about Robotaxi, remember, in every corner of the world, there are trillions of dollars worth of goods waiting for a more efficient, cheaper, and safer means of transportation.